Sometimes unscripted moments breathe more life into a scene.
The adults are talking.
And other times, they
I'm so sorry.
fall short. Luckily in the MCU, the improvisation gene is impeccably strong amongst its actors. So in this video, we're taking you through all of Spider-Man's unscripted moments that completely took the films to another level. Action. We all know Tony Stark isn't one to get himself caught up in emotional moments, and in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Peter Parker learned that in a pretty awkward way. After Tony Stark has a talk with Peter in his car, he reaches over to open the car door, but Peter thinks he's actually leaning in for a hug. Remember?
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you.
Well, check out what Tom Holland had to say about the scene.
Well, that was actually an improvised moment. I think I just tried to hug him. I just thought it would be funny if I hugged him and...
The hilarious moment was completely improvised for laughs, but Robert Downey Jr. went along with it. Speaking about Tony Stark and his emotions, during the final moments of Avengers: Infinity War, he was nothing but emotional. Same Mr. Stark. As Spider-Man turned into nothingness in his arms, we were all a puddle of tears when he desperately chants,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. Please, I don't want to go.
That was all Tom Holland again. The director gave him free rein on the death scene, and Tom delivered. Even if he doesn't think it was that spectacular himself.
I don't want to go 3 times in a row, so it's not that amazing of an ad-lib.
It's hard to believe Spider-Man is one of Tom's first big roles. Tom Holland and Zendaya's chemistry is off the charts. Peter Parker and MJ are like magic on screen together, and a lot of that is thanks to the actors' off-screen friendship. According to Zendaya, Tom has a habit of deviating from the script, but thankfully, they're so in tune with one another that she was able to respond right back, no matter how annoyed she was.
He just kept improvising. He just did not stick to the script. He was trying to throw me off.
What's your favorite Peter and MJ scene?
She knows. I told her.
He didn't tell me. I figured it out.
If there's one thing better than watching Peter and MJ on screen, it's watching Peter, MJ, and Ned interact with one another. But the truth is, a lot of the time we're watching their off-screen relationships shine through the camera. Remember in Spider-Man: Far From Home, Ned walks in on MJ and Peter while he's changing into his Spider-Man suit?
The costume looks great. For the costume party.
Well, Ned wasn't in on the fact that MJ had found out their secret and tried to play it off. Ned's actor, Jacob Batalon, actually said that was one of his favorite scenes to shoot because he got to improv all his comments. There was a lot of laughter on set that day. We have to give Jake Gyllenhaal credit for playing such a convincing role as Mysterio. Who knew that he would actually turn out as a villain in the end? But it looks like we should be praising Jake for more than just his impeccable acting skills. According to the actor, he and director John Watts came up with a lot of unscripted moments for his character that ended up in the film. We don't know what specific scenes these moments are in, but let's just appreciate Mysterio for a sec.
Somebody get this stupid costume off me!
Having Aunt May be played by a younger actress in the Marvel Universe gave us a whole other perspective on her relationship with Peter. It's so comforting to see the two of them interact on screen, but you'll be shocked to find out that a lot of their scenes were unscripted as well. One specific improvised moment in Spider-Man: Homecoming happened while they're eating in the Thai restaurant.
How many times do I have to say larb before you talk to me? You know I larb you.
Their conversation was just something the actor made up on the fly with some guidance from the director. Yet again, we have another improvised moment between Peter Parker and Tony Stark. This time, it's in Captain America: Civil War. Check it out.
I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
Tony Stark telling Peter to move over might seem like it was in character, and it is. But it was also Robert Downey Jr.'s way of telling Tom Holland to scoot over onto his set marker without ruining the entire take. Funnily enough, it ended up in the final cut.
Can you even see in these?
Yes, I can't. Look, I can't.
Samuel L. Jackson got his moment to shine in Spider-Man as his character Nick Fury. He even got sassy with Spider-Man, although the line wasn't even scripted. When Peter admits he's a little hesitant to join their newest plan, Fury says,
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
Samuel L. Jackson may not have recalled whether the line was improvised, but Jake Gyllenhaal jumped in to confirm it was 100% unscripted. I'm here to attest, that was improvised. Despite his hesitancy with Nick Fury, Peter was all in for helping out Iron Man on his Avengers: Infinity War mission. But Tony Stark wasn't having it. Or should we say Robert Downey Jr. wasn't having it. While Iron Man is having a discussion with Doctor Strange, Peter chimes in that he's backup.
I'm back up.
No, you're still away. The adults are talking.
But that was yet again another improvised line between the unscripted heroes Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. Spider-Man: Far From Home is full of European landmarks that make the entire movie stunning, even if a lot of them do get destroyed. According to a Screen Rant interviewer, a lot of improvising happened in a specific landmark, the London Tower. The film's final battle takes place in London, and supposedly during this scene, the cast shot so many versions because of their ability to improvise. You'd never be able to tell in the final cut.
They join forces like the Power Rangers. You're thinking of Voltron. Who? Voltron. You're thinking of Voltron.
Drax's line,
"I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?"
is one of the funniest highlights that came out of Avengers: Infinity War, even if Spider-Man's life was literally being threatened in the scene. The line, however, was actually ad-libbed by Drax's actor Dave Bautista. The rest of the actors, including Tom Holland, are just so professional that they rolled with it. The camera operator even seemed to be quick to react. Michael Keaton got some time to shine in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but one of his best lines didn't make the final cut. According to Tom Holland, Keaton actually made a direct reference to his role as Batman in the 80s. His character Vulture is a little confused as to why Spider-Man would save him, and after Tom Holland delivers his "because I'm Spider-Man," Keaton supposedly responded, "but I'm Batman." We don't know if the line was part of the script, but Tom Holland seemed to be hinting it was ad-libbed. Like we mentioned before, Jake Gyllenhaal played the perfect Mysterio, and a lot of why his character is so epic may be because of how well he got along with Tom Holland. According to Tom, Mysterio and Spider-Man were actually meant to bump heads a lot. However, while filming, their interactions turned out to be more friendly. The directors decided to let them head off the script and build their own relationship between the characters. They basically became BFFs.
Good luck, kid. I'll give you about a 50-50 chance. You're pretty awkward, so.
We also see Spidey's actual BFF, Ned, get his own romantic interest. But according to Ned's actor, Jacob Batalon, Ned's relationship with Betty was basically developed by him and actress Angourie Rice. He says they were given a lot of space for improv. They may not have lasted super long as a couple, but there's no doubt they were adorable.
I would totally kiss you, but I think I just threw up in my mouth a little.
I might have a mint.
It seems like Jacob Batalon had a lot to do with all his characters' relationships. With the chemistry between Peter and Ned, we've never doubted the way they were childhood best friends. And the chemistry between the actors off-screen is why it's so authentic. Apparently, because Tom and Jacob weren't given the script days in advance, they never knew their lines, which means their interactions are purely the two actors playing off one another.
Do you know him too?
Yeah, we met. I stole the shield.
If we needed any more proof that Tom Holland is holding his own when it comes to the rest of the Marvel cast, this video is it. Watching these actors not only play superheroes, but be superheroes when it comes to bringing to life a character is nothing short of impressive. Let us know if you have any other unscripted Spider-Man moments we should discuss. Thanks for watching The Things, fans!